Welcome to Eureka Math. This is Algebra Module 1, Lesson 7. Let's get started. This is exercise 5, I believe. Is it true for all real numbers x, y, and z that x plus y, the sum of x and y, plus z should equal the sum of z and y plus x? Well, we're going to make a flow chart and show how this is true. And we'll do that by slowly working from our original, that's not the pen I want, from our original expression to our goal expression, which is that. All right, so let's start with the quantity x plus y plus z. And remember, I want it to look like this, so I'd really like the z and the y to be associated together. So I'm going to change this so that I have x outside the parentheses and the y plus z inside the parentheses. And in order to do that, I have to employ the associative property of addition. I'm just associating different values together. So this is the associative property of addition, and that is what allows me to change from my first expression to the second one. Okay, and let's see. Let's go a little further. I want to keep in mind my end result. So I have the z and the y together, but I really would like the x to be on the other side. So I'm going to change this so that I have the y plus z first and then the positive x last. That gets me a little bit closer to my goal, my end goal. And what allows me to do that is, well, I'm just changing the order of addition, so that is the commutative property of addition. Okay, so that's another move we could make. And let's see, what else could I do? I've got the z and the y in parentheses. I have the x on the right side. I guess the only thing wrong is I don't have the y and the z switched around, so I'm going to do that, and that's going to be z plus y plus x. And all I did was change the order of the addition inside the parentheses, and changing the order of addition is the commutative property of addition. And now I have exactly what I wanted. I got to my end goal. So there's our flow chart. All right. Exercise 6. Draw a flow diagram and use it to prove that x, y, the product of x and y times z is equal to the product of z and y times x. Well, I'm going to remember that this is our end product. That's what we're looking for. That's our goal. And I'm going to start with the quantity x times y times z. All right. Well, I want it to look like this. So I would like to change the way these are associated, right? If I can change this so I have x all by itself and y times z in the parentheses, that's a little closer to what I want. So that is the associative property of multiplication, which allows me to do that. And then let's see, I want the x on the other side, so I'm going to just change the order here. So it's y times z times x, and that changes the order of multiplication, which is the commutative property of multiplication. Allows me to do that. I can multiply in any order I want, I get the same answer. And let's see, what else could we do? Well, I really just need the y and the z to be switched around. So I'm going to do that, and I'm going to make it z times y in the parentheses, and then times x. And all I did here was change the order of multiplication, so that is the commutative property of multiplication, which allows me to do that. And then I have it. I've got what we wanted, z times y in the parentheses times x. There's our flow diagram. Number 7. We're going to do the same thing, same idea, where we're going to justify the change from one expression to another based on the commutative properties of addition and multiplication and the associative properties of addition and multiplication. So the first one has been done for us, and they tell us that this is the commutative, this change here is the commutative property of addition. So they changed the order, and you can see that here. This x plus 4 was at the beginning, now it's at the end. So instead of saying x plus 4 plus that other mess, we changed it to the mess plus x plus 4. All right, so that's the commutative property of addition. Good. Let's see what's going on in this one right here. Well, I see 5 and a 5. I see a parentheses, a plus, and then something changes here. Instead of y times the quantity 2x, I get the quantity 2x times y. That's just a change in the multiplication order. So a change in multiplying, changing the order is just the commutative property of multiplication. So that's that one. Let's look down here. And let's get this, yeah, we can use this. Let's see, I see 5 and a 5. I'm going to look here now, this one and this one. So this is the change we're checking out. I see a 5 and a 5, I see a parentheses, a plus, and now I see, let's see, I see a parentheses 2x, and down here I see the parentheses around x and y. So we've just changed what we're associating. So that is the associative property of multiplication. Okay, that one's good. Let's go back and see what else we've got over here. How about this one? Well, I see x plus 4, and then I see 4 plus x, and everything else is the same. So all I did was change the order of addition. That's the commutative property of addition. Okay, let's see, how about this one right here? Well, I've got 4 plus x in parentheses, and then I have the 4 outside of the parentheses. So instead of 4 plus x in parentheses, now I have the x plus this whole thing here in parentheses. So that's just a difference in association. So that is the associative property of, well, I'm associating addition and addition. So that's the associative property of addition. Okay, and then the last one, let's see what we've got for this one down here. Let's see. Oh, the 4 just moved from the front to the back. So that's a change in the order of addition. So that is the commutative property of addition. There we go. So we're just kind of investigating what is changing from one expression to the next and deciding which property justifies that change. Number 8. Let A, B, C, and D be real numbers. Fill in the missing term of the following diagram to show that the quantity A plus B plus C, that quantity plus D is equal to A plus the quantity B plus the quantity C plus D. All right, so we're using the associative property here, and I can see that instead of A plus B, we changed that to the B plus C being in the parentheses, so that's the associative property of addition. And then we have another associative property happening, and we're going to have to say what that change is. So instead of the grouping that we have now, we're going to get a new grouping. And if we follow the pattern here, you can see that our A plus B was originally grouped, and in our end, our C plus D is going to be grouped. So eventually we're moving this parentheses all the way across to the end. So I would say that in this section, we would have A plus B plus C, and then plus D. And that's the associative property. We're associating different values together. I've kind of kicked the A out on its own, and the B and the C are still associated. And then the next move is also an associative property move, and that is saying, well, let's put the C and the D together, along with the B, and that gets us right back there to the associative property as well. All right, so there you have it. That is lesson 7. I hope that helps. I'll see you again next time.